Hello YouTubers, it's me, Michael Brewer, your favorite gay guru, reporting to you from the beautiful Garden Paradise Island of Bali. It's day 4 of the 7-day mental diet. How are you doing? You doing along with me? Or are you just checking out how I'm doing? Well, I can report that I'm doing very well. Having a lovely time, but then again, it is very easy to do that here on when you're on vacation in a beautiful place like this. I do recommend that if you're going to do the mental diet, that you try to kind of clear the boards for it. Don't do it at a time where there's a lot of stress in your life, or you've got to do something unusual like go on a business trip or have some big project or test or something like that. Try to do it in a time where it's relatively quiet. I really recommend doing it on vacation when you're not in your normal routine, or somehow make space for that. And the other thing I think that's kind of important is probably keep it to yourself. Emmett Fox says, don't tell a person, and it's all about it. Well, if you're lucky enough like myself to have a partner who does it along with you, then of course you are telling someone else about it. Or if you have understanding friends and family around you, then I don't think there's any reason not to do that. But if you're surrounded by skeptics and negative thinkers or people who are just not very awake, then it's probably a good idea not to tell people about this while you're doing it or immediately thereafter. They'll probably knock you off the program with dumb questions and defensiveness. I want to talk about something today called cause and effect. Most of us go through life on the effect level. Something happens to us, and when we feel and emote correspondingly, or we react. It's always something happens and we react to it. And that's working on the effect level. You know, for example, if you have issues with money and abundance and feel like you would like more, or don't have enough money to pay your bills or get something that you want, running out and struggling to work harder or to get the money somehow, whether it's to sell something or steal something or whatever, may sort of work, but it's not the most effective way to go about it. The best thing to do is, if you want to change your life, is to work on the causal level. That is on the vibrational level. You can even call it the spiritual level. The law of attraction says that we attract to us in the same way that we're thinking. So if you're thinking in an abundant manner, then by the law of attraction, you will attract abundance to you. Consequently, and the same applies if you're a negative thinker. Negative thoughts attract negative circumstances in your lives. I bring this up now in context of the 7-day mental diet to give you some hope as we're about halfway through, that the 7-day mental diet is so powerful because it works on the causal level. It literally clears and cleanses you of the mental toxins of negative thinking, habitual negative thinking. And even if you don't make it, even if you fall off the diet halfway through and start over again, you're still further than you were before, because you're now more aware of how you're thinking. You're more aware of your patterns. And the shift that you make during the 7-day mental diet is incalculably valuable, because it is directly working on the causal level, which is the point of attraction in each of our lives. And if you can change that point of attraction, you can change the surroundings around you. Maybe not right away, maybe not within a day, but maybe it could. But in the long term, you will notice a shift in your life. Do it for 7 days, and then you will start notice things changing. You choose your life. This is according to Emmett Fox. This is to say, you choose all the conditions of your life when you choose the thoughts upon which you allow your mind to dwell. Thought is the real causative force in life, and there is no other. You cannot have one kind of mind and another kind of environment. This means that you cannot change the environment while leaving your mind unchanged. And this is the supreme key to life and the reason for this whole 7-day diet. You can change your mind and change your environment as a result. This is the real key to life. If you change your mind, your conditions must change too. Get this. This is really important. If we change, rather than running around like crazy trying to force the effects and the surroundings of our life to change, all we have to change is our minds. And the outside conditions, the outer conditions will change too. It's law. It must happen. It's a universal law. Your body must change, your daily work or other activities must change, your home must change, the color tone of your whole life must change. For whether you be habitually happy and cheerful or low-spirited and fearful depends entirely on the quality of the mental food upon which you diet yourself. So literally, what you think is what you become. I mean, your mental patterns dictate your whole life, whether it's your body, your appearance, your weight, what you eat, the amount of money you've got in your life, your love relationships, your work, all of it is dependent on your mental thinking patterns. You know, I'm sure at this point a lot of you might be thinking, well, what about this? What about little babies? What about illnesses? What about accidents? It seems like things happen that are not directly connected to our thoughts and our mental thought patterns. But it is true. If you look back far enough, you can be sure that anything that happens to you is directly related to your mental thought patterns, good and bad. And this may be seen blaming, and some people get resentful about that whole idea. But it's actually really good news, because the easiest thing to change is your thoughts. I mean, that's a matter of something in your mind. And it's something that you have absolute control over. And so take heart and stay on the mental diet. And if you fall off and you start finding yourself dwelling on something for more than 60 seconds, don't worry. Take a couple of days off and start again. You'll be sure to do better the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time. Or maybe you do 7 days, take a few days off, and start again. Ultimately, you want your 7-day mental diet to last your whole life long. You want it to change your mental thought patterns on a long-term basis and change your lives as a result. I can testify to the fact that this works. This is the second time I've done it. And in the last year, my life has really, really blossomed and taken off. It was really good before, and it's gotten only better. So I encourage you to keep going with the 7-day mental diet and to check in here with your gay guru to see how things are going. Wishing you all the best. Shalom.
Yeah.